Alright guys, how you guys doing? As you can see, I'm playing Black Ops, and this is indeed the multiplayer. Before I start this video off, just really want to say thanks to a person on Twitter, Bajorkman to be specific. I hope I've pronounced it right. If he wasn't kind enough to send his Steam account over, I would have probably not made this video because I don't have a Steam account. But this is indeed being played on the new iMac, the 27-inch, the high-end model. The specs are on your screen. And in specific, this is my kind of third video that I've done on the gaming test side. I've done Crisis 2, I've done Battlefield Bad Company 2, and you guys said, well, why don't you play a multiplayer game instead of a campaign game? And since I don't have a Steam account, I managed to get hold of one thanks to this guy, and his gamer tag is Skynet, which is pretty cool. It kind of reminds, I guess it's taken from the Terminator, but nevertheless, thanks very much for sending this over, and hope this video kind of clears things up, especially for those of you who are in the process of on the ground immediately, in the process of getting, an iMac. A lot of questions, I've done tons of videos so far on this new iMac series, and if you haven't seen it, you can click on the screen to go to it. But one of the kind of recurring themes is whether I should get an iMac or a MacBook Pro. And I thought I'd just kind of clear up because I'm sick and tired of responding to each individual similar comment kind of thing. It's very simple. If you are going to be portable, then obviously you have to go for a MacBook Pro. An iMac is not portable despite the all-in-one design, and I learned that myself recently as well. I say recently, but a few months ago when I had to take it to the Apple Store to get it checked. And trust me, carrying a 27-inch iMac through the town centre, Glasgow city centre to be specific, it's not one of the best things around, especially when the weather isn't too great. Whereas you've got a MacBook Pro, you want to get it repaired, you just kind of walk in your local Apple Store. I know you can kind of ship it into Apple as well, but what I'm saying is not really a portable machine despite its all-in-one design, magical design. If you're a student, you should definitely be looking to get a MacBook Pro. I would not recommend an iMac. The reason why I say it is because I was a student at once, college, university, done a master's and so on, and having that portability, having the MacBook Pro, I've done my entire thesis on a MacBook, and I can tell you it's so much easier, taking it into university, taking it into a library, presentation wise and so on. Obviously you can't do that with an iMac. You just, again, it all comes back to the size, just the way she prefers it. One of the great things about the MacBook Pro also is that you can kind of get best of both worlds, and by that I mean is, if you get a MacBook Pro, get an external display or hook it up to a television, so if you're going to be at one location kind of all the time, then you've got an iMac setup per se, or a dual setup, and when you want to be portable, you can always carry it about. And to those of you who are still not sure of whether you should get an iMac, whether you should spend, in excess of £1,000 and so on, if you can wait, and I normally kind of don't recommend people waiting, simply because if you wait, then you kind of wait your entire life for a new system or a refresh. The Mac Mini is due to get upgraded pretty soon. It's kind of due for upgrade right now, but my best estimate is going to get upgraded at WWDC, which is start of June, so you might see a refresh before then, or nice two-piece here, or at the actual event a silent kind of update. So if you can, you don't want to spend £1,000, I think the Mac Minis when they come out is going to be pretty rock solid in terms of spec. But guys, yeah, that is kind of my view on the iMac and the kind of specs and kind of my take on what system you should get. But back onto the game, this is running at full settings, as you can probably tell from the start of this video. Didn't notice any lag, and what you're seeing here is not the true picture that you're getting. Basically, by the time I export this and upload it to YouTube, the quality degrades, so this is not the quality, what you're seeing on camera right now. It's much more crisper and nicer, more vivid on the actual iMac screen, and the screen resolution on the iMac, the LED, and so it just makes the gaming experience more fun. And I'm not a PC gamer by any chance. The graphics are noticeably better than what you would expect on the Xbox. They were much more nicer, much more brighter. So yeah, I enjoyed playing it. I was playing it with the Xbox controller. Got Claymored here, fail right there. It's a shame because Modern Warfare 2, which you're going to see in a minute, wouldn't allow me to connect up the Xbox controller, so I had to go back to the traditional mouse and keyboard, and here we are. So I do get quite a lot of deaths in this. I can hardly remember getting a kill, so bear with me. I am playing with a mouse, a magic mouse, and Apple wireless keyboard, which is probably not the best setup to use when playing it, but I did enjoy it. Again, the colours. Here's the thing, to me, Modern Warfare 2 has got better graphics than Black Ops, and I've said this in my kind of gaming channel on YouTube. Should you be interested, I do love commentaries, nice wee plug there. But if you want to kind of join that channel, feel free. And I've said it there, like, the quality of Modern Warfare 2, the colours are perfect. You've got kind of, you know, really, basically Black Ops is really dark. Even the new map packs that were released, the Escalation map pack, it's very dark. It's kind of very grey, very black, greenish, whereas Modern Warfare 2, they've got the colouring, the texture, just spot on. But the main problem with this game, and as many of you know, is noob tubing, and you can tell from this gameplay itself, I'm getting rockets hit left, right and centre, or grenade launchers. It's as if people are carrying a bit of super soakers with them, you know? But hopefully when Modern Warfare 3 comes out, hopefully by the end of the year, and we are still to receive information on it, apparently it's going to be very soon. Official PlayStation UK magazine have leaked a cover out of Modern Warfare 3, or what's supposedly meant to be the biggest game of the year, and a number 3 in green. That might just be the biggest hint ever, so we'll find it in the next few days. I should have really mentioned this at the start, but if you're getting a Mac and you want to know what the best way to get a discount directly from Apple, it's the student education discount, and you don't personally have to be a student, but the benefits are great because you get 13% off Macs, which is great. So if you're getting an iMac and you go down the student discount route, you would get £200 off. But that's not it, because Apple Care for students for 3 years is £47. Normally it would be over £200, so that is kind of a steal. If you want to know more, I've done a video on this whole topic of student discount and how to go about it. You can do it via phone, but I've made a video on it. Click on the screen to go directly to that video. Well, finishing this commentary off, there's a really good article up, or some news up, that the iMac 2011s won't allow you to change the hard drive on your machine. So basically, if you opt for a 1TB hard drive and a year down the line you want to replace that 1TB hard drive, you can't. Basically, Apple has controlled the new iMacs. They made it harder, if not impossible. And OWC is a big kind of company who make hard drives in memory. They kind of, you know, tore it apart and tried to change it, and they couldn't do it, or they managed to do it but it was impossible. Basically, the connectors that they're using, Apple is using, and the firmware is kind of matching, and you, sir, can take a chib to the throat. So if you do try and replace it, the fans of the drive will go crazy and it won't let you use it. That's the bottom line. So the moral of the story is, make sure when you're customizing your Mac or your iMac, you know exactly what you're going to get. You know, don't get something too low expecting it to change a few months down the line. If you want SSD now, go for it. You know, that's not to say you can't add a secondary drive. You can add a secondary bay or a hard drive, but you can't replace the primary or the existing one when you customized it. And guys, that's it for this gameplay commentary. I hope it helped for those of you who are getting the new iMac. Be sure to check out the other videos that I've done on the new 27-inch 2011 iMac. The link for that should be on the screen. But if there's anything in specific you want me to go over, there'll be tons of more videos on the iMac itself, how to, you know, replace your RAM, a full review of the unit before I hand it back to my mate. And here's a quick game that I was playing on Skid Row, just a few seconds of it. I thought, why not put it in one of my favourite levels. I kind of get nailed, as I usually do in Modern Warfare 2, but just to kind of say, you know, it works fine. This is the high settings I'm playing it on, works a treat. And guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can join me on iGlaswegian.com, twitter.com/i6glaswegian, got a Facebook fan page, facebook.com/iGlaswegian. I will see you guys in another life. Cheers. Grade A Muppet. This video is sponsored by FiberVolt, specialising in providing fast, reliable VPS servers. Use coupon code iGlaswegian to get 10% instant discount. They're also holding a giveaway that you might be interested in. Join them on fibervolt.com/giveaway.